With regards to risks to Canadian businesses, we spoke about forced labor. There were some comments about that. So far, the only piece of legislation that has come out from the Canadian government is S211, which the NDP didn't support because we didn't think it was near sufficient. We have been told that other legislation would come forward, and it has not to date done that. What are the risks to Canadian companies? What are the risks that forced goods made with forced labor are getting into our supply chains, and what should Canada be doing to stop that?
So in general, I think issues such as forced labor are a moral issue, but I think the real risks to Canadian businesses really revolve around supply chains, sea lines of communication, and if there is a potential kinetic conflict within the region, how will this disrupt critical technologies such as semiconductors being exported into the manufacturing sectors in Canada? Let me just give you an example. Of course, semiconductors is all the fashion, but in reality, those semiconductors go into the automobile factories that are producing cars in Canada and employing Canadians. So if we have a challenge across the Taiwan Straits or in the South China Sea that will disrupt these sea lines of communications, this will affect the automobile industries in Canada and the prospects for Canadian citizens. So I think that we need to look at this in a more complex way. Any businesses in Canada that use products from the region, whether it is critical minerals, lithium, semiconductors, or small parts, will all be affected by some kind of conflict within the region. And I don't mean to downplay the forced labor issue, because I think it's really, really important. But I unfortunately, I think it's a moral issue that I'm not sure that we can deal with. And we need to think about, again, the challenges associated with sea lines of communication and the weaponization of supply chains. But again, thank you very much for the thoughtful question.